Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 31st, if you're keeping track. I'm not sure. I'm keeping track of the days. I'm not sure I'm keeping track of the actual date. We've got a month to go, people. Let's pace ourselves. So we got a couple minutes before we're going to get started. Just giving people time to log in and join us. So once you get logged in, maybe say hello. So I just posted about 30 minutes ago that we're going to start in Shavasana, or resting pose, today. I do a Wednesday class at my kids' former elementary school, and I think at the end of the day, the ladies love they love starting in resting pose. But I figured, everybody got a few announcements yesterday, and maybe we could all just start in Shavasana this morning so that maybe we can ground down before we start, circling. Good morning, Amelia. Hey, Kate. Nice. Such a treat. All my peoples around the world, I love it. So today we're not going to use props. We're just going to use the mat. If you happen to have a strap, we are going to start in Shavasana, and we'll be doing some leg stretches, but I'm not going to use my own prop this morning. So if you took any of my classes last week, I think it was Wednesday night, we did the deep stretch. It was last Thursday. I'm getting really confused. Like I said, I'm not sure what day it is. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm sure everybody has moments of boredom. So hopefully some of this yoga and stillness are helping. So thank you for supporting my little biz and encouraging me to go virtual. Like, this has opened up a whole new way for me. So good morning, Courtney and Kathy. This is a treat, guys. So today, I think the session's going to be between 45 and 60 minutes. I've noticed doing the lives, it's a little bit harder to track the time for some reason. So I really today I want to try and give you a full 5 minutes in resting pose at the end. So I want to make sure that I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of the time. One of the things that I love about how I teach is that I give you a little bit extra warm-up, because I think sometimes when you go into a class, sometimes instructors are really anxious to get going on the poses, but I like to stress the warming up part, the centering part, and then I really love giving my students a nice long Shavasana. Like, even if it's a solid 5 minutes, it kind of just resets and gives your brain just a few moments of that, not REM sleep, but it kind of simulates the REM sleep. So I'm going to really try and finish up in time to be able to give you a nice solid 5 minutes of resting pose, which might feel a little bit weird on your end because you've probably got life going on around you. My house is kind of quiet because the kids are in their room doing schoolwork already. So anyways, so good morning, everyone. Hey, Chris. Nice to see your sweet little face down in that circle. Maybe we should do a Zoom sometime, and so I can see you guys and interact with you a little bit more. So with that, this morning for our morning stretch, we are going to start in Shavasana. So this is going to be a little bit of a grounding practice, but you're going to get a great stretch too. We're still going to do a little bit of core work, leg strengthening. We'll do a little bit of balance. And of course, I love the hip flexibility and hip openers. So that's what I have in store for you today. So meet me on your mat in resting pose. So come all the way down to your mat, lay flat on the mat. Hey, Pat. Okay, all the way down. Start bringing some stillness into the body. Start grounding down. Even if you just finished that first cup of coffee, or maybe you're rolling out of bed. So really feel the points of the body that are connected with the earth. Allow the feet to naturally open, and then bring the palms of the hands facing up. And feel free to close the eyes. Just start softening the skin of the face, softening the jaw, keeping the lips closed, but maybe bringing a little separation between the top and bottom teeth, and maybe even try to drop the tongue away from the top of the mouth. See if you can move the shoulders away from the ears a little bit more. Feel the connection of the hip bones to the earth. Feeling the backs of the legs and the heels connected. Maybe take just a moment and bring a little gratitude in this morning. And maybe on your exhale, start letting go of the things that maybe you're holding on to that aren't really serving you. So inhale a little bit of gratitude this morning. Exhale, releasing anything that's not serving you this morning. And really start noticing your breath. Notice where your breath is this morning. And as you notice the breath, notice if you see that you're getting a deeper breath with each inhale and exhale. Feel the cool air coming in through the nose and the warm air leaving the body. Scanning from the top of the head all the way through the bottoms of the feet, start noticing where you're holding. Noticing if you have tension held up anywhere. Notice if that stress is sinking into the body somewhere. And with each exhale, see if you can breathe the exhale into the place that you're holding. See if you can soften that space. Deep inhales and exhales. Try and lengthen each inhale and lengthen each exhale. Slow it really down, bringing that belly button all the way into the backbone on the exhale. On the inhale, see if you can feel the stomach rise. See if you can get a full breath in, all the way up to the chest. Long, slow exhales. 3 more times. Deep inhale. Fill the stomach, the ribs, the chest. Long, slow exhale. One more deep breath in. Make this your longest in-breath, holding at the top. And then a long, slow exhale, draining from the chest, the ribs, bringing the belly button all the way into the backbone, holding at the bottom. And then slowly bringing the breath back to neutral. Feel the vibration in the palms of your hands. See if you can feel a vibration in the soles of your feet. Notice a softness. Notice a calmness. Checking in with yourself, noticing if you have any tightness in the chest, maybe from a little stress or anxiety. Maybe your stomach is holding on. See if maybe that's softened after just grounding the body to the earth with your deep breath. As you feel ready, start bringing the legs back to neutral. So aligning with the hip bones, feeling the bones and the hips right in the front of the body, aligning the knees and the ankles, toes and knees pointed up. Really feeling the heels and the hips and the shoulders ground into the earth. Take one breath here. And on the exhale, drawing the right knee in towards the chest. No pressure on the knee. Both hip bones and shoulders are pressed into the earth. Flex the foot and point the foot back and forth, and then slowly make circles in one direction and the other. Keeping the shoulders and the hips pressed into the earth, bring that right knee in towards the right armpit. Small movements here, just starting to open up the hips and give a good stretch to the legs. Just as a reminder, there's no pain in yoga. You might be challenged by a posture, but anytime you're in a pose, really think about the alignment. Really think about bringing the belly button into the backbone to activate the core. And then really think about where your body is today. Our flexibility and our balance are different on different days. So really be mindful and respectful and loving to yourself. Release the knee back to center and then slowly draw it towards your left side, keeping the right hip pressed into the earth. And then return it to neutral. Extending the right leg up towards the sky, flexing the foot. If flexing the foot feels like too much of a stretch on the back of the leg, then just relax or bend the knee just a little bit. Holding behind the right leg, clasping your hands together, and then slowly drawing that leg in towards the center of the body. When you flex the foot or straighten the knee, it's a deeper stretch. Just be mindful we're warming up here. Keeping both hips pressed into the mat, slowly allow the right leg to drop off to the left-hand side. So I've got my left hand stabilizing the leg so that I can still keep the right hip down towards the earth. The foot is still flexed. Deep inhales and exhales. Inhale through the nose and exhale either through the nose or through your mouth. Sometimes when it's hard to get a deep breath, to get that full breath where you feel like you've got full breath in the lungs, it's easier to try and exhale through the mouth. On your next exhale, return to center, and then slowly and really mindfully allow that right leg to open to the right-hand side. So I have my right hand on the outside of my right thigh, just guiding the leg, stabilizing it. Keeping pressure off of the right knee. Being mindful about where your body is today. Pressing both hips and shoulders into the earth. Deep inhale through the nose, long, slow exhales. Draw the belly button in towards the backbone. On your next exhale, release towards center. Flexing that foot, strengthening, engaging that whole right leg, and then slowly lowering the right leg all the way down. Engage that core. Take a deep breath in center. And then on the exhale, bringing that left knee into the body. So we're holding on to the left shin, drawing that left knee into center. Flex and point the foot. And then slowly rolling the ankle in one direction and the other. Drawing the left knee off to the left armpit. So really slight movement here. Keeping both the shoulders and the hips pressed into the earth. Keeping the right leg extended and engaged. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, slowly returning to center. Draw that knee into center one more time. And then draw the right knee, or the left knee into the right side of the body, pushing that left hip and shoulder back into the earth. On your next exhale, returning back to center. Extending the left leg up towards the sky, flexing the foot. If this is too much of a stretch, you can always bend the knee and then clasp the hands behind the left thigh, drawing that left leg in towards the body. Deep inhales and exhales, relax the jaw. Soften the skin of the face. On your next exhale, slowly drawing that left leg to the right hand side, using your right hand to guide the leg, pressing the left hip and the left shoulder back down towards the earth. Slowly allow the leg to come back to center, and then using your left hand to guide that left leg out towards the left side, really being mindful, pressing that right hip and the right shoulder back towards the earth. Deep inhales and exhales. Soften the jaw, engage the core. On your next exhale, slowly returning the left leg to center, pushing that foot up towards the sky, engage the core, slowly lower it all the way down. Bringing the bottoms of the feet together in a reclined butterfly. Maybe placing the hands at the tops of the thighs to give a little bit more flexibility to the hips. The closer the heels are to the hips, the deeper the stretch. Keeping both hips and shoulders pressed into the earth. Deep inhales and exhales. And release. Draw both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug and maybe a kind word. Slowly rocking side to side. And then making circles in one direction and the other. And then extending the right leg up towards the sky, pointing the toe. Extending the left leg out, either resting it on the earth or maybe floating it just above the mat. Holding on to the right leg, clasping the hands behind, and then engaging the core, nice long spine, and then maybe think about bringing the knee towards the nose. Nice long spine, engaged core here. Shoulders are dropped away from the ears. Soften the jaw. Continue the breath. If it's hard to breathe, just dial it back a little bit. Nice long inhales and exhales. Both legs are engaged. One more breath. And on the exhale, release. Take just a moment to reset. And then switch sides. So extending the left leg up towards the sky, pointing the toe, floating the right leg off of the mat. Engage the core, bringing the shoulders off of the mat, maybe drawing the knee towards the nose. Soften the jaw, continue the breath. Soften the neck. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, slowly release. Bring both knees back into the body. Give yourself a hug. And then releasing into happy baby. So taking your peace fingers, wrapping them around your big toes, drawing the knees in towards the armpits, releasing down. So really pressing the hips into the earth, pressing the shoulders, releasing down. and then maybe rocking side to side. You can release the toes and hold on to the backs of the legs. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, pushing both feet up towards the sky, bringing the fingertips underneath the hips, engage the core, drop those shoulders away from the ears, and then slowly to your count of 10, drop the heels all the way down to the earth. Legs are engaged. Your count of 10 could be quick or slow, it's up to you. As the heels start connecting with the earth, maybe just move the body a little bit, take a stretch overhead, deep in-breath, and on the exhale, slowly rolling over to one side and bringing the body into tabletop. So hopefully that it actually felt really good to me. I had a weird sleep last night. So I've heard from a few friends here lately that, yeah, sleep has been interesting. I think we all have a lot on our mind. So hopefully this reset will help us to at least get through our homeschool days and all of the extra things that we might be thinking about and doing today. So with that, coming into tabletop, shoulders are over the wrists, fingertips are pressed into the mat, hips are over the knees. Nice long spine, gaze down towards your mat, soften the jaw. On the next inhale, lifting just the knees up so the tops of the feet are planted into the mat. Inhaling, lifting just the knees, nice long spine, engage that core. Deep breaths here. Soften the jaw. 3 more breaths. And release. Bring the knees out to the long edge of the mat, pressing the hips back and releasing to extended child's pose. Forehead pressed to the mat. Another great grounding pose. So when you bring forehead to the earth, it helps to kind of settle and soften. It's a great grounding pose. So really release in your child's pose. One more breath, inhale. And on the exhale, coming back to the tabletop. Nice long spine, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, curling the spine into cat pose, dropping the chin, tucking the tailbone. Maybe opening the shoulders by moving them slowly side to side. And then on your next inhale, scooping and coming into cow pose. Tailbone is lifted, belly button towards the earth. Gaze right at the front of the mat. And again, moving the hips side to side this time to release any pressure from that lower spine and to bring movement back to the hips. And then following your breath, exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow, just follow the flow of your breath 3 more times. One last time. And then coming back to neutral. Turning the toes under, pushing the bottom up just to bring the feet connecting towards the hands. So just walking those feet and the hands together into a forward fold, keeping the knees bent to really drape the top of the body, dropping the top of the head towards the earth. See if you can relax the jaw. You can hold on to opposite elbows or clasp the arms around the backs of the legs. Perhaps separating the feet to give yourself a little more stability if that feels good. Release any tension from the jaw. Continue your deep inhales through the nose and long, slow exhales. On the next exhale, releasing the arms and then drawing the body just halfway up into a nice Long, flat back, crown of the head pointed away from the body. Nice long spine from the base of the neck all the way to the tailbone. On your next exhale, release back to the forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, pressing the palms together, exhaling to heart center, thumbs to the heart, reminding us that we are all connected, even if we are not physically together. Inhale the arms all the way up, palms pressed together, and then separate the palms, bringing the arms into a V. So from here, I know the camera angle's a little bit, it's a little bit different, just because I'm trying to get my whole body into, into the recording. So when you have palms pressed together here, open them up into a V, and then draw the arms slightly behind the ears. You'll really feel the arms engage here. Soften the jaw, engage the core. Feel all four corners of the feet pressed into the earth. Deep inhales and exhales. On your next exhale, slowly release the arms, clasping your hands behind the body, sending the fists down towards the earth, opening up the chest and the heart, looking towards the sky. Possibly a slight bend in the back. Soften the skin of the face. Deep inhales and exhales. So anytime that we've spent the day kind of over our devices, or if we're having a day where maybe the stress level is high, we tend to kind of hunch over and feel like we're closing ourselves off. Anytime you do a heart opener, that counteracts that and releases the stress and tension from that area. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, release. Bringing the palms of your hands together and moving them straight away from the body. Let's see if I can get in here. On the next exhale, keeping the right arm extended and then drawing the left arm behind into a spinal twist. You might even be able to go a little bit slightly behind, bringing the twist. So the legs are stationary, the hips and the legs are still pointed towards the front of the mat. Try to release the shoulders away from the body. Continue the breath. Inhale through the nose, long, slow exhales. Engage the arms. Legs are engaged, core is pulled in. On the next exhale, slowly releasing the arms down and unwinding. Roll the shoulders up, back and down a couple of times behind and forward. And then drawing the palms of the hands right in front of you, fingertips pointed away, extend the arms in front, and then open the right arm, keeping the hips and the legs pointed towards the front of your mat, gaze pointed to the fingertips of the right hand. Maybe opening a little bit more for the twist, but not losing the hips or the legs pointed towards the front of the mat. Deep inhales and exhales. Engage the arms, engage the core. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, slowly release the arms and untwist the body. Roll the shoulders back and forward. Taking one more time, clasping those hands behind the back, sending the fists towards the earth, opening up the chest and the heart one more time, looking up towards the sky for 3 breaths. And release. Stepping back with the left foot. So a medium step back, we're moving into warrior 1. Really hold on to the hips and move the hips towards the front of the mat. We're bending into the right knee. So knee is bent right over the ankle, shoulders dropped away from the body. And then your stance is going to depend on where your hips are, where your hip flexibility is. really think about grounding down the right toe, the big toe, the little toe, the heel. Feel all four corners of that foot. Some people like to have the toes pointed out at an angle. Some people, they can only get their foot flat on the earth by moving it a little bit forward or back. Really listen to your body. What I want you to look at is really bringing those hips towards the front of the mat and then bending into that right knee. Checking in, making sure the knee is right over the ankle. Inhale, sweep the arms up near the ears. Engage the core to protect the lower back. Deep inhales and exhales. Feel the strength of the earth holding you here. Give gratitude for the strength of the body. Soften the jaw. Release any tension from the eyes and the forehead. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And on the exhale, sweeping the arms behind, bending a little bit deeper into that right knee, but not allowing the knee to go over the ankle. Hovering that top body right over the right thigh for humble warrior. Fingertips are pressed behind the body, engaging the core, softening the jaw, deep inhales and exhales. One more breath. And on the exhale, sweeping the arms back up towards warrior one. Checking in with the alignment of the hips. Take 2 more deep breaths here. On the second exhale, slowly bringing that left foot to meet the right and drawing the left knee out to the side. So I'll face you for this. Coming into tree pose. Really feel the grounded foot, my right foot, big toe, little toe, heel. Anytime you're going into a balance, sometimes it's nice to find a drissy point on the floor or on your mat. It's really just a place to focus. Draw the belly button in towards the backbone for added balance. So this is tree pose. My toes, my left toes are connected with the earth. I have a great rotation in the hips here. I'm feeling a great stretch right here. So if this is where your balance is today, respect where you are. Odd times. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can draw that left heel underneath the right knee. Never ever pressure on the knee because our knees don't bend that way. So from here, tree pose, version 2. Or if you feel like you want to deepen that stretch even more, you can draw the heel all the way to the top of the leg, taking your time. Try and rotating that left knee towards the earth. Draw the belly button in towards the backbone. No pressure on the knees here. Try not to watch me balance while I'm talking. Thumbs to the heart. Give a little bit of space to remind us that we're all connected in this. Soften the breath. Soften the jaw. If you want to extend the arms up, I tell my little kids we're growing the branches and then growing the leaves. Engage those arms. Soften the shoulders away from the body. Core is engaged. And then slowly return the hands back to heart center. Slowly release the leg back to the earth and shake it out. Standing at the front of the mat, sweep the arms up and over, pressing the palms together, exhaling through heart center all the way into a forward fold, bending the knees, taking one breath here in forward fold, and on the exhale, slowly rolling the body all the way back up, and switching sides for warrior one. So a medium step back, bending into the left knee, knee over ankle, hips are pointed towards the front of the mat. Feeling all 4 corners of the right foot. So big toe, little toe, heel, pressed into the earth. Sweep the arms up near the ears, engage the core, soften the jaw, deep inhales through the nose, exhale. Sweeping the arms behind, draping the chest or hovering the chest over that left knee. Really checking in and making sure you're not extending the knee over the ankle. Most of the weight is going to be in that left foot, drawing those shoulders away from the body for humble warrior. Deep inhales and exhales. Try not to hold the breath. Try not to hold the tension in the jaw. Belly button is pulled in towards the backbone. One more breath. And on the exhale, sweeping the arms up near the ears for 3 more breaths. After your third exhale, slowly bringing the right leg back to meet the left, and then switching sides for tree pose. So now my grounded foot is going to be left, big toe, little toe, heel. And then taking the right toes to the earth, sending the right hip, the right knee, out to the right hand side. So either keeping the toes connected or drawing the heel to below the knee. Finding where your balance is today, and maybe your balance is a little bit different on either side. Or you can draw the foot all the way to the top of the leg, rotating that right knee down towards the earth, checking in with the hips, engage the core, really strong standing leg here. Bringing the hands to heart center, finding stillness, softening the skin of the face, softening the jaw. Maybe even challenging yourself by closing your eyes here. Or you can incorporate the arms by sending the palms up, opening up the arms. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Maybe smile. Maybe find something to be grateful for this morning to set the tone for your day. Long, slow inhales and exhales. As you feel ready, releasing the hands back to heart center, thumbs to the heart, and then slowly releasing the leg all the way down and shaking it out. So I'll return to the front of my mat here. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over, pressing the palms together, exhaling all the way to heart, through heart center, releasing into forward fold, bending the knees so much that you can plant the hands next to the feet, stepping back into plank pose. Plank pose can be high plank, really engage the core, pressing into the heels, and then moving the hands underneath the shoulders. You can also come to assisted plank here with the top of the feet connected with the earth and a nice long spine. So wherever you are, soften the jaw, continue to breathe. One more breath. And then on the exhale, pushing the tailbone up towards the sky and adjusting into downward dog. Bending the knees so that the ears easily come in between the arms, sending the tailbone up, engage the core, gaze towards the toes. So taking just a couple of breaths here, really pressing into the fingertips. And then slowly returning back to your plank pose. Nice engaged core. Slowly and gently lower to the knees. Tops of the feet are pressed into the earth. Elbows are going to bend in towards the rib cage to slowly lower the body all the way down. Nice and controlled. One hand on top of the other. Release the forehead towards the top of the hand. Release all muscles here. Deep in breaths and out breaths to reset. One more breath. And then on the exhale, bending the knees and windshield wipering the legs back and forth. And release the legs. Sliding the hands next to the chest, drawing the elbows in towards the body. So your choice, you can either hold in baby cobra, you can hold in full cobra, belly button pulled in, or you can come all the way to upward dog. Upward dog, only the palms of the hands and the tops of the feet are engaged. Be gentle with the neck here. So you can flow with this for 5 breaths or you can hold it. If you're going to flow, whether it's baby cobra or all the way up to up dog, really take your time and be mindful of your alignment. So really flowing in and out, shoulders dropped away from the ears. Soften the jaw. One more breath or one more flow. And then slowly release the body all the way down, one hand on top of the other. Rest the forehead to the tops of the hands. Bending the knees, windshield wipering back and forth. And slowly release. Bringing the elbows right underneath the shoulders, releasing the whole lower half. Pressing the fingertips in towards the earth. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders for Sphinx pose. If this is too much of a back bend, you can always release the elbows forward just a little bit. Two more deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then release all the way down. Sliding the hands right next to the chest, engage the core, bringing the elbows into the body. Use the strength of your beautiful arms to push the body up and over. Let's do child's pose with the knees together, draping the arms to the side, forehead release towards the earth. Release any pressure from that lower back. Take one more breath here, and on the exhale, bringing the top of the body up for our hero pose, clasping the hands behind the body, sending the fists towards the earth, opening that chest, opening that heart, looking up towards the sky, deep inhales and exhale, draw the belly button in towards the backbone to stabilize the lower spine. And slowly releasing into a seated pose. So crisscross or easy pose. Find the sit bones. Those are the bones in the hips that we sit upon. I'll come down here. So sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Belly button drawn in. Taking the right hand to the left knee. Nice long spine on the inhale. And then on the exhale, slowly twisting, looking out over the shoulder. On each inhale, lengthen the spine. Each exhale, twist a tiny bit more. So usually when I'm engaged with a classroom full of students, I always remind people these twists, anytime you bring twists into the body, they're great for giving your internal organs a hug. I happen to know some of our internal organs could really use a hug right now. So perhaps some of the comments on Facebook about indulging a little bit, whether it's eating or drinking. Anytime you do a spinal twist, you're giving all of your internal organs a squeeze. And it's great to release toxins, and it might be even helpful releasing some of that stress. Slowly unwind on your next exhale. Take one breath in center, and on the exhale, switching sides. Left hand to right knee, and extending the left arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist nice and slowly. On each inhale, lengthen. On each exhale, twist. And slowly unwind. So I'll face this way again. So knees are pointed up. Heels are brought in towards the hips. Fingertips are going to be released behind the body. Pointed towards, so the fingertips are pointed towards the hips. Pressing into the feet and the palms of the hands, lifting the hips up into reverse table. This is a strong pose. Really long spine here, so maybe tipping the chin towards the earth. If this feels too strong for you today, you can always slowly lower on the inhale and exhale lift. Just be really mindful to take your time. Shoulders released away from the ears. Remember the breath as you flow in and out. One more deep breath here, And on the exhale, slowly lowering the body all the way down, extending the legs in front of you, toes and knees pointed up. Find those sit bones connected with the earth. Inhale the arms up, exhale. Hinging at the hips. So not really thinking about kissing the knees here. Really long spine from the base of the skull all the way to the tailbone. Hinging at the hips. Walking the fingertips away. If it's too much of a stretch on the back of the legs, just bend the knees a slight bit. It'll take some of the pressure off. Nice slow inhales and exhales. With each inhale, think about lengthening the spine a little bit more, and each exhale, maybe hinging at the hips a tiny bit more. See if you can slow the breath down. On the next exhale, slowly rolling, dropping the chin so that you can roll one vertebra at a time, all the way up. Bottoms of the feet together, but allow the heels to release away from the body. Bringing the palms of the hands together, and then bringing the palms right to the middle, towards the mat, sliding the hands underneath the legs into turtle pose. So nice long spine again here. Soften the jaw, engage the core, and then slowly leaning into the posture. You might need to walk the fingertips away from the body a little bit more. Nice long spine. Soften the breath. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, slowly releasing the hands, bringing the knees back up. So your choice, we're going to come all the way down to the mat, so back to the mat. If you're looking for a little bit more core work today, we can do a modified boat pose here. So with boat pose, we're all familiar with the sit bones, because I've said sit bones enough. So we're going to rock away from the sit bones, so drawing away from them. Try and keep your feet or the toes connected with the earth. Float the palms faced up, arms are floated parallel with the mat. Engage the core, nice long spine here. And then slowly releasing the body all the way down. So as you're releasing, you may feel kind of like this little dead zone that you want to drop the body down. If you feel like you're going to drop the body down, just bring the forearms down to avoid any big motion of the body. So as you hit that dead zone, really tilt the pelvis, engage the core a little bit more, shoulders dropped away from the earth. Slowly coming all the way down. And as your shoulder blades hit the mat, start releasing a little bit more. Draw the knees in towards the body. Give yourself a hug, maybe a kind word. Slowly rocking back and forth. Maybe making a few circles with the body in one direction and the other. And then slowly, as you feel ready, start to release. Knees are pointed up, feet are planted into the earth. Allow the palms to press into the mat. Shoulders and feet are going to hold the weight of the body. As you draw the hips up into bridge pose, really move those shoulders underneath the body, squeezing the glutes, engage the core, pressing the weight of the body into the feet and the shoulders, not the neck and the head. Really think about releasing any tension from the jaw, which will help you release any tension from the neck. Inhales and exhales. See if you can really draw deep breath here while keeping the hips high. On the next exhale, lifting up on tiptoes and then lowering one vertebra at a time. Bringing the right ankle over the left knee. Draw that left leg in towards the body. The right elbow pushes the right leg away to open up that hip and give it a nice big stretch. Extend the left leg up, flex the left foot for our figure 4. Taking 2 breaths here, really drawing that leg into the body. You can soften the left knee if it's too much of a stretch. And then slowly release and switching sides. So now the left ankle over the right. Draw that right leg in, extend the right leg high, flex the right foot. Draw that leg in towards the body. Using the strength of your left elbow, pushing that left leg away to stretch a little bit deeper. Now on the next exhale, slowly release. Open the arms up into a T. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Dropping the knees off to the left-hand side, looking out over the right. So if you've taken a few of my classes, you'll know that we are at the end of the sequence getting ready for resting pose. Deep inhales and exhales. With each exhale, really release the whole body. Both shoulders are into the mat. Start to quiet the breath. On the next exhale, drawing the knees back to center, and then releasing them to the right-hand side, looking out over the left. Deep inhales and exhales, really slowing the breath down. One more breath. On the exhale, drawing the knees back to center, pushing the feet all the way up towards the sky, fingertips underneath the hips. Engage the core, shoulders away from the ears. Your count of 10. Nice and slow, lowering the heels all the way to the earth. Engage the legs. Keep the core engaged. And as the heels start to connect with the earth, start softening the body. Allow the feet to naturally open, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, palms facing up, arms extended next to the body. Start to slow the breath. Continue with inhales and exhales. Maybe invite the eyes to close. Release any tension from the bottoms of the feet, from the tops of the feet. And release each toe one at a time. Soften the lower legs and the knees. Relax the upper legs. Release any tension from the hips. Release any stress and tension from the stomach. Soften the lower back, the upper back. Release any tension from the chest. Soften the shoulders and the upper arms. Relax the elbows and the lower arms. Soften the tops of the hands. Feel the vibration in the palms of the hands and relax each finger one at a time. Release any tension from the neck. Soften the jaw. Relax the cheeks, the ears, the nose. Release any tension from the eyes and the forehead. Really soften the skin of the face. On the next inhale, hold at the top, and on the exhale, release from the top of the head, scanning all the way through to the bottoms of the feet. For the next few moments, I'll let you rest, and then you'll hear my voice again. As you start to hear the sound of my voice, start bringing awareness back to your space. Notice your breath. Notice the state of stillness. Bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe inviting a big stretch overhead, keeping your eyes closed, and slowly rolling over to one side. As you make your way over to your side, keeping your eyes closed, I invite you to bring some gratitude in. Gratitude for maybe some blessings that you've noticed this morning. Really focusing on the positive things so it sets your tone for the day when unexpected or uncertain things come in. Like shifting your focus to gratitude helps you to respond a little bit slowly. It helps you to respond with a little bit more patience and kindness, knowing that all of us are kind of facing the same thing. It's easy to respond with stress and worry and fear. It's a little bit harder to respond with the gratitude. So maybe taking a few breaths, remembering that state of stillness that you were just in to help create space for a pause. Be grateful for everything that your body can do. Grateful for that breath that can calm you down. Be grateful for everything that your mind is capable of, knowing that peace begins with me. Peace begins with you. As you feel ready, slowly coming back up to a seated position and joining me. Taking your time, being gentle with yourself. And then bringing fingertips down to the earth, nice long spine. Inhale, gathering up all this beautiful energy that you helped create into the palms of your hands. Exhaling to heart center, thumbs to the heart to remind us we're all connected. We're all in this together. And we are connected by no mistake. So I am extremely grateful that you're joining me. I'm grateful for your generosity. We're all in very different circumstances, although we're all in the same kind of mess together. So just know that I'm grateful that you are a part of my little business, and mostly I'm just grateful that I can bring a little bit of what works for me to you while we're all working through this. So may you be safe, may you be well, may you find ease today, and may you have peace. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have a wonderful day. It is Tuesday, if you've forgotten already. It's March 31st. Not sure how we got there. So have a wonderful day. Be easy and gentle with yourself so that you can be easy and gentle with your people around you. But have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you back sometime this week.